Hello, this is Chesney Prey. Welcome to my research report, my concept research report presentation. Well, just my presentation of what I've been doing. As again, my concept is glitch. The tagline is "What does it mean to be human?" And so the first thing I looked into was storyboarding. And I will use storyboarding to help me communicate my ideas and get them down to paper. Because I struggle with that, and I decided to use storyboarding for what I just said, and because it's another skill I want to develop, because we touched upon it before, but I feel like I could still improve. And I'm going to use storyboarding for the trailer for my short film, because I am doing the marketing research. I'm not doing the short film, I'm just doing the marketing around it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is a planning schedule. And I'm going to use that so I have a clear idea of what I'm supposed to be doing each day and when I want certain elements of my project to be done by, which is going to help me because I can set my own deadlines. The next thing is lighting, and I want to play around with lighting because I feel it's a skill that I'm going to need to develop if I'm ever going to achieve my dream of becoming a film director. And I'm going to use lighting in my film trailer. I want my film trailer to be filmed in a forest, and I feel like there's many things I could do with lighting. That could be interesting to play around with. The next thing is camera angles. I want to learn to use different camera angles because I know they all have different meanings and impacts on the viewer. And I want to learn to use camera angles for the same reason I want to use lighting, because I believe a good director needs to know what camera angles to use. And I'm going to use the camera angles obviously in my film trailer, and I want to, again, to be filmed in a forest, so I feel like there's many things I can do with the camera angles. Possibly even a tracking shot of the protagonist running through the trees. That could look really nice. The next thing I looked into were similar narratives. Now, Blade Runner inspired me because it has a very unique setting and I love the world building of it. And a very specific thing I want to take from Blade Runner is that I want to use its colour palette to homage the film because it has a really interesting colour palette. It's got some oranges, some greys, some blues. I feel like a lot could be done with it. And I rewatched the film to give myself a refresher of the world and its colour palette so I know exactly what I'm doing. The next thing that has inspired me is Detroit Become Human. With its unique take of androids, and the thing I want to take from this is its laws that it has in the game. For instance, androids can't touch guns. I want to have a similar concept in my project. Obviously, I don't want to straight up rip that off. I want to create my own idea because I don't want to plagiarize. And the next thing that inspired me is Cyberpunk 2020, the tabletop game, not the video game. And it inspired me because how the environment has been affected because of the choice of humans, like global warming and stuff. And I want global warming to play a part in the story I'm trying to portray in my project. The next thing is Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which inspired me because it's creative use of augmentations on the human body. And I really want there to be similar technology at play in my world, but that could be a bit hard to implement considering I don't really know how to do special effects yet. And then we looked into real life. I looked into global warming. So I looked into how global warming would affect the world. And this mainly meant a wider use of solar energy instead of nuclear and coal power, and also wind energy will be used as well. And then then I did my survey about future technology and how people react to it. I did this so I can make an accurate depiction of the future. There are some of my results. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but I'll try and get that a bit clearer. I'll attach the slide so you can see it. But there are a few of my statistics. And then I looked into the Turing test, which is a little thought experiment. And this got me questioning if machines can actually think, and what does it mean to be human. And these are going to definitely be brought up in my project, and going to be some of the main themes, not films. And then I looked at Roko's Basilisk, which is a really cool thought experiment, which turned out to be something I'm probably not going to use, but it could be used for its own project in the future. And I have some ideas about that already. And then, and then I looked into a professional example for the movie Dune, which I don't really like the website for this movie. But it did have a few things I could use, such as the consistency. And the really thing I don't like is that it had a very bland colour palette, just blacks and whites, and it's not really something you want. You want it to pop out a bit more. Yeah, and thank you for your time. And yeah.